Today, what I want to talk about is assuming negative intent. And I want to talk about this from the perspective of an intimate relationship, with your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, something like that. So assuming negative intent is when something happens in a relationship or your partner says something to you or does something, you automatically assume that they have bad intentions or they're out to get you or they're mad at you or something like that. And it kind of revolves around the notion that things in life happen either to you, for you, or because of you. And sometimes things just happen. But at the same time, you're in a relationship with somebody and things cannot go your way. You can have disagreements. But I think it's real important to not assume the worst, not assume the negative. And sometimes that results from a history of adverse experiences, betrayal, trust issues, that sort of stuff that we bring into the relationship. And it can have a bad effect on your relationship, primarily because as human beings, we're meaning makers. So when something happens, we place the meaning on it. And so if you assume that your partner is trying to do something to you or trying to hurt you or trying to harm you, it informs your next move. You may frown at them, you may raise your voice, you may react to them in such a way that triggers them to become defensive or to try to avoid talking to you. And then that gets woven into the narrative, that gets woven into the belief. And then it just can be a negative feedback loop that's downhill from there. I see a lot of it. I see a lot of this, a lot. A lot of times men feel like, and women, men can't be trusted, women can't be trusted, and those kinds of beliefs set the foundation for assuming negative intent in your partners. And I want to talk about this a little bit more broadly than just in relationships, intimate relationships. You could just walk through life thinking that the big man upstairs is out to get you, or that bad things are going to happen because you did something or something like that. And then what this really goes to is not being able to determine a real threat from a non-threat and responding to everything as though it is a real four-alarm blaze and a real threat to your personhood or your being or your sense of well-being, that sort of thing. And then once you get triggered in that way, you can trigger people around you, particularly your intimate partner, and it's just, like I say, downhill from there. So we want to become aware of how we might be viewing the world, how we might be viewing our partners, how we might be viewing ourselves, and how those perceptions affect our relationships. That's why I'm talking about this. We want to pay attention to when we fall into a situation where we're beginning to assume negative intent in other people and the world. It can shorten your lifespan because we weren't designed to respond to every perception as though it's a five-alarm blaze. Blood pressure, heart rate go up, and it really takes a toll on you and those around you. So anyway, assuming negative intent, be careful with that.